The Vegas Summer League wrapped up last night dramatically with the Bulls beating the Timberwolves for the championship thanks to Denzel Valentine. One of the other highlights, of course, was the #1 overall pick, Ben Simmons, who showed off his playmaking abilities and triple-double threat potential, averaging nearly 11 points, just under 8 rebounds, and 5.5 assists a game over the course of his first NBA Summer League. What do you guys think of numero uno here in Vegas?
Well, for me, when I got a chance, you always want the eye test, G. Some of these guys are shorter than what they're projected. Some are taller. He was massive for a guy. I'm watching, I'd say he looks 6'9", 6'10". I don't know how much he weighs, but he looked 250, 245.
Thicker than your average one-and-done guy, yeah.
And put together,
yeah.
Not fat.
Right.
I mean, put together and been able to absorb bumps. And obviously these are not playing with the NBA guys, but still, there's some guys out there physically, and he was moving guys around. And the one thing for a rookie, especially a guy handling the basketball, a wing guy, and he's kind of a wing guy, when you get bumped and you get bumped off track and you can't recover. I mean, he was bumped and was still bumping people and still going forward, and make plays with his head up, not dribbling with his head down. It was impressive in his feel for the game.
Yeah, his combination of size and skill set. I mean, his handling the ball, finishing around the basket, his passing. I mean, his ability to see the floor. You really don't get that. It was very impressive. He got to work, though, on his shot. That's an area that, as Jerry Colangelo talked about, he can improve. But his feel has been off the charts. And, you know, and another thing is interesting, too. With these guys, Summer League, particularly a guy like Ben Simmons, who pretty much knew he'd be a top pick, he probably hasn't played a lot of pickup basketball or 5-on-5 since LSU lost, you know, because you're preparing for the draft. You don't want to get hurt. So this is, you know, probably the first opportunity in a long time that Ben Simmons and all these rookies get a chance to really play and to see what he can be and to project forward what he can potentially become is very exciting, particularly if you're a Philadelphia Sixer fan.
Likewise, Brandon Ingram, the #2 pick of the LA Lakers, made his pro debut here in Summer League in Las Vegas. You talked about what you see physically from players when you lay eyes on them for the first time. He is unbelievably thin.
Totally different.
I mean, just
very thin, Grant. And I think for him is there's a lot of things. I know I came in as thin as well. As he's going to have to learn how to play until he can get stronger. And I think for him is there's so much when you're that small, being able to, the illusion that you're stronger. And I think for him is physically he can't get knocked off his angles. And I think for him is he's going to have to use his jump shot even more and pump fakes and skill sets, because just to beat a guy and try to go through him, it's going to be hard for him. He's going to have to get guys off balance and be able to come off screens quicker. And I think for a guy like that, so talented, he could catch it in high school and catch it in college, and so what, he was there. I can still make a play. But at an NBA level, doing his work early before he catches the basketball is going to be very important for a guy like him with that small frame.
Without a doubt. I mean, when you see him in person, you see him out here with the rest of these players, you see how small he is. He has been able to dominate in high school and dominate in college, but it's a different ballgame. I think naturally he'll get stronger as he gets older.
Sure.
But it's going to be an adjustment for him coming in and playing maybe at the 3 position, and now having to deal with people. I think of a guy like a P.J. Tucker for Phoenix, who's a small forward, who's strong and physical. But he has a great skill set. He can put the ball on the floor, he can score, and he knows how to – he's crafty. He knows how to use his size and play the angles right. So for all these guys, regardless of who you are, it's an adjustment period. But Brandon Ingram, if you're, once again, a Laker fan, it's a nice addition to a young nucleus.
It'll be interesting to see how much he fills out. He doesn't have the sort of frame that leads you to believe he's going to pack on a bunch of weight. And they said he put on 25 pounds at Duke. From what?
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know.
That's impossible.
I don't know how that's possible.
I can show him how to fill out.
Take him to dinner with us.
That's right. More coming up here from Real Training Camp, USA Basketball.